Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back with another video for you guys, and today I will be reacting to the letter from Joel Glazer to Manchester United fans and the fans forum that wrote a letter to him last week, giving him a deadline of today, and he's met that deadline with a letter which they released to season ticket holders and of course on the Manchester United website as well. I'll be going through that letter, giving some of my thoughts, giving Musk's response to that letter as well, and also just reacting to it generally, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below from the reaction from the Joel Glazer or from Joel Glazer and the Glazer family in response to that letter and the protests and everything that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Obviously it's the Glazers, so you take everything with a pinch of salt and you acknowledge it for the shit that it probably is, but we'll be going through it anyway and, you know, seeing what they have to say for themselves. And remember, this comes from Joel Glazer. We've seen Avram Glazer this week approached by Sky reporters and not say a word to them, driving off when given the opportunity to answer a few questions. This is what Joel Glazer has had to say in response to that letter dated April the 30th. He said, thank you for the letter. I read the content closely and your love and passion for the club came across very clearly. I want to salute your service to the fans forum, which I know is a vital channel for consultation between the club and our fans. Funnily enough, none of the Glazer family were in any of the meetings, which says it all, doesn't it? That they weren't really bothered about consultation or anything like that, or, you know, bothered about the service to the fans forum. Your heartfelt letter captured the unique spirit of Man United, forged through decades of triumph, adversity and tragedy, and still powerfully present in today's exciting team under Ollie and the vibrant fan base which you represent. I was personally humbled by parts of your letter. Yeah, right. As you explained so clearly why our initial support for the European Super League left you feeling angry and let down. I would like to reiterate my sincere apologies for that mistake. In particular, he went on and said, I want to acknowledge the need for change with deeper consultation with you as our main fan representative body across a range of important issues, including the competitions we play in. We also recognise the importance of fan and football interests being embedded in key decision-making processes at every level of the club, and we are open to constructive discussions on how to reinforce that principle. Now, look at this. I want to acknowledge the need for change and deeper consultation with our main fan representative bodies across a range of important issues, including the competitions we play in. Now, when you were making a decision to join the European Super League, surely, you would have acknowledged at that point. Surely you don't need reactions and protests and all those kind of stuff to think, us as owners of a football club, make a decision on where this team will play. You know, that kind of thing needs to be consulted with the fans. And the fact that you need all this to realise that, I suppose, shows you that this is just bull. And also shows you that they are so far out of touch. Like, we're not even in there thinking most of the time. In fact, all of the time, unless we are customers. And of course, every football club is run as a business. You know, everyone has to accept that. But come on, man. And one of the things as well, they get a lot of criticism, but you got to feel for them sometimes. They liaise with the club and get in discussion, but that's all it ever is. Meetings about meetings. You know, for everything this club has ever said over time and all that kind of thing, all they ever do is have meetings about meetings. We remain committed, they went on and said, to working with the wider football community to make the game stronger and more sustainable over the long term. And this is interesting. And we will now refocus on our efforts on doing this within the existing structures of UEFA and the Premier League. So, you know how Real Madrid and everyone been talking about, you know, Perez has been talking about how the European Super League is still alive and how they will continue to. This is saying within the existing structures of UEFA and the Premier League. I wonder how long that lasts. He says, In addition, I want to reassure you that my family and I care deeply about Manchester United and feel a profound sense of responsibility protecting and enhance its strength for the long term while respecting its values and traditions. Give me a break. You've had numerous opportunities to speak with the fans, to discuss with the fans. And look, when they came in 2005, there was massive protests, all right? And in that immediate time, look, they probably weren't going to win everyone over because of the amount of debt they leveraged on the club and all those kind of things. And, you know, I wouldn't have cared what they had to say at that point. But you still have to communicate with those fans. And when they came in at that point, they said they were going to do that. And they never... The last time, you know, the first time we heard from them was after the European Super League. So how can you feel a profound sense of responsibility? I didn't see responsibility on the face of Joel Glazer when he was asked questions by a journalist. You've given an opportunity there after protests at your club have got a game called off and you can't say a word. Surely even an apology. Surely even a, you know, we've got something coming, but nothing at all. That just shows that that's bollocks. It's more fluff. Our top priority is and always will be competing for the most important trophies, playing entertaining football with a team comprised of top quality recruits, some of the world's best homegrown talent. Under Ollie, we feel we are absolutely on the right track. I agree with that last sentence, probably the only thing I do agree with him on. But again, the top sentence of that paragraph, our top priority is and always will be competing for the most important trophies. Since when? Since when has that been your priority? When? Now, people like to point to the fact United have spent some money on transfers, and since Sir Alex Ferguson left, we've spent 700 million net or whatever. That's cool. Man United should be in a position to be able to do that. But have you seen the manner of the way we spent? The manner of the way we hired and fired managers? The fact that we gave Ed Woodward, an accountant, free reign over the club? The way you run the business is important. You wouldn't see Bayern Munich run like that. So how can that be your top priority if you give all the keys to an accountant? Taking the piss. Success on the field must be underpinned by solid foundations of it. We have supported sustained investment in the team over many years, and that will continue this summer. 2005 to 13, you did fuck all for Fergie. It took us... They started spending when Fergie left because they thought, shit, no Champions League football. We need Champions League football. It says, indeed, one of the clearest lessons of the past few weeks is the need for us to engage and become better listeners. And they talk about the government's fan-led review of football and it being a positive opportunity for them to explore new structures for fan engagement and influence. And all of this sounds good on the face of it. But what it is more bollocks from the Glazers. And must have replied to this saying, Joel today replied to the open letter that was sent to him and on the 3rd of May by Must. This followed on from the letter read out at the Emergency Fans Forum on the 30th of April. The response could in theory, and we emphasise in theory only, be a change in direction approached by the owners versus their silence and disregard for communication over the last 16 years. We will, however, determine our position based on the resulting actions rather than these words alone. And that's one of the important things. Will actions follow? And Manchester United fans need to keep going with this protesting, with, you know, lobbying the sponsors. We just need... They're clearly worried now. They're clearly talking and trying to pretend that they're doing something. And, you know, we've obviously got that fan-led review into football. And all those kind of things. But again, this means nothing. It means nothing. In 2005, when the Glazers come in, they were asked, is communication with the fans important to you? And they said it's extremely important. Again, I keep coming back to it. Fans are the lifeblood of the club. People want to know what's happening. People want to know where things are heading. But we will be communicating. That never happened. That never happened. And over the years, we've heard similar things. And over the years, nothing has come of it. And one of the things that they said in that letter, which was interesting, was that in terms of them believing in the principle of fans owning shares in the club. What you mean the shares that you're selling on the New York Stock Exchange that have no power in terms of voting rights or anything? You want fans to buy them for what? To make your share price go up so your club's worth more and your value therefore is worth more. Absolute bollocks. Those shares have nothing. And they say we have previously engaged with Musk on fan share ownership, and we want to continue to and accelerate those discussions together with provisions to enhance associated fan consultation. And like I said, meetings about meetings, and just like Musk said, you know, actions speak louder than words. Let's see what you're going to do about it. But Manchester United fans need to keep going. Keep going, Reds. Keep going. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on the letter in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.